Right, hello everyone. NetSuite Mark wanting to talk to you about the three-way match once again, one of the passion projects I've had over the years. In a previous video, discussed some of the limitations of NetSuite's version. PO has to come first, then item receipt, then bill in that order. There's additional features and modifications you could have on it, but some of the tolerances are also kind of difficult. It's not necessarily a percentage. So the uh, solution I've been developing over the years, uh, it's definitely involved. Originally, it was kind of based on the three-way match, NetSuite, and that one that also says like something failed, but it doesn't tell you what failed, like which line is off. So it's kind of challenging to go figure out where you should look. And that's where my solution actually began. I created this a sublist to show you which lines didn't match. So if you had like 100 lines and one of them, like which one failed and for which reason, right? Rate or quantity. And so it's been a lot of fun then building on top of that. So then it was, okay, well, what happens when you have a bill entered before the item receipt? Some real world issues, right? So it may be an EDI, the bill comes first before the item receipt. Maybe you're shipping overseas and the you pay for it before you receive it. Another real world issue in wholesale distribution. What happens when you have one PO and multiple bills and multiple item receipts and all sorts of different orders? How can you auto approve those as well? And so that's what this solution takes into consideration. So at the line level, it's going to look at your quantity that you received um, and were billed for, and to see if it's in tolerance of what you ordered. So some people allow tolerances, and this solution is going to be set up per item. And so it's going to say per item, do you want a percentage or a numeric tolerance, and both on rate and price. And those are going to be on the base unit because that's how NetSuite stores data in its system is on the base unit level, no matter what UOM. So these tests for the three-way match solution are going to be in for quantity in the base unit, and for the rate, it's going to be in the currency. And just 99.9% of the time, the currency on the PO is going to be the currency on the bill. And the currency is going to follow from PO to item receipt to bill. It will be saved in the base currency of that subsidiary, but the currency shouldn't change. Now, if you have an integration, it is possible to have a different currency on the bill that comes in from the PO. It can be overridden. No, that's not natively how NetSuite's designed to work, but that can happen. So the test will consider, does the currency match? Does the rate match? The currency or the rate's not going to be in the base unit or base currency for that subsidiary because there's the fluctuation can occur. So it's looking at each item at the line level, and for rate, it's currency and in the transaction currency. And then for the quantity, it's going to be in the base unit. And that's for a couple of reasons. One, it can happen where you order 10 6-packs and you get 6 10-packs. Now you still got the total quantity is still 60 that you ordered. So that should probably auto approved. It's just that they gave you it in a different UOM. And so we're saying that is an okay, that's acceptable to pass. So we're looking at those all on line levels. Then the solution adds those line level pass fails up and gives you a scorecard for that bill. How many items are fulfillable versus not fulfillable? If fulfillable, is the rate match or within tolerance, and is the quantity within tolerance? If so, for all the lines, it gets auto approved. If not, it holds it for you to approve, but then it shows you um, which lines need your attention. So it has those sub lists that are really important. Now, some of this is still under development, moving from workflows to scripts. Um, so definitely looking for anyone who's interested, passionate about this, has input, says, well, I do this and here's a problem I want to solve. So one of the problems with the prior solutions was I had a hold state. The bill went in, waited for an item receipt. With this solution, there's a hold release percentage. So if you get 90% of the stuff on the bill, can we release it from that so you could manually approve it? Because it's it won't auto approve a three-way match if you haven't received it all. But we don't want that bill necessarily stuck in the waiting for the item receipt if you received like 99 out of 100 lines. So it's little things like that. Also looking at AI components. What vendors or indoor items or locations are you having the most issues with the three-way match, and have that information automatically shown to you versus having it available, right? But you have to go run the save searches or find the data. So if you're a user of a three-way match, I would love to hear any comments or feedbacks or what you would look for in a solution. So this solution will tell you which lines failed, why they failed, so you could spend your time looking at specific areas versus trying to figure out the reasons of the failure. All right, so I will tease you quickly with a couple screen shares. Once again, it's still under development, so it may change a little bit, but here's our line level. Uh, try that again. All right, here's our line level. So it's going to track the bill, the line, the item. When we track it like this, we could also put this on the item record and the vendor record, so you could see item and vendor information really quick. Um, on top of that, there's a tracker. So this will be track the totals of all those custom records. And then this will be attached to the bill and actually update lines on the bill. So then there's a workflow that will rely on this information to help navigate the bills through the approval process. Right, and with that, that's my quick tease, but looking for any comments, anyone who's passionate or has this issue, what type of solutions would you want in the real world? All right, thanks. Have a great day.